So today is Imagination Monday, and we're going to tear apart the Imagine and give it a facelift. Sarah, the pink Cricut, absolutely despises the gray and wishes Provocraft would come out with a pink one. So I'm going to help her solve that problem and blame it on it. So if it doesn't turn out, Provocraft made me do it. And I'll show you guys how to disassemble this. The sides here are actually just snapped on. Just pop right off. The front here, these are magnets. No screws anywhere, just slide right out so you can see the magnetic strips here. Alright. And we'll take off the other side here. Not super difficult. Alright, now I'm going to wipe these down with a cloth because it's dusty. And then we're going to go out to the garage and I'm going to show you how to paint them. Alright, we made it out to the garage okay. Except on the back side of my front piece, I lost some of the metal. So we're going to use some super glue that Sarah got at Chaw by Scotch. It's liquid, it's a precision applicator, advanced formula, and it's patented droplet control technology, so you don't get it on your fingers, supposedly. So Scotch, we're going to find out how correct and on you are here. Give me a minute. We'll be right back. Alright, we're back. I've got my glue. Well, I'm just going to apply a little bit here. Give myself 2 drops. Okay. And 2 drops on the other side. Awesome. Looks like works just like an eyedropper. That's kind of nice. Let it set up for a second because it's pretty cold here. We're in Iowa and I think it's about 35 degrees today. So happy Super Bowl Sunday to us. It's freezing. Drop my metal pieces on and let them sit. Other side down here. And let them sit. Should take about, according to this, 4 or 5 minutes. And we'll be back to business. So I won't make you sit here and wait while the glue dries. Alright, while we wait for the glue dry, I want to show you the inside of the outside here. You see the little metal pieces here? Inside, there's a rubber stopper. There you can see it. See that rubber? Well, we need to take that rubber out. So I'm going to apply some pressure here on the little knobs on the inside. And this should just slide right out. Once I do that, you should see there's a couple of screws there. We need to take those off and get this out so we can paint this whole piece of plastic the wonderful color of pink. Alright, so you can see now that I have pulled out the screws and the little black pieces here. So I have my black pieces. Look like that when they come out. And my screws. Alright, I got 4 of those and 2 of the black skid guards, whatever you want to call them, and I'm ready to paint. Now, because I'm using plastic and we couldn't find the color of plastic paint that Sarah wanted, we're actually using Valspar plastic primer to start. I'm going to hit this with a nice coat, nice base, try and keep it evenly throughout, even though it's cold, and get these pieces ready to add the main coat a little bit later. Right, so I'm getting ready to paint here, and I was looking for some plastic to lay down. Didn't have any, so I'm going to throw down my Christmas tree bag remover. And set it up so that everything's protected and I can throw down my paint. Now, most projects you don't need anything perfect or special. You just want to get the special kind of paint, which is plastic paint from Valspar. But for most projects, especially like this, there's the pieces that you need in order to do things you want. You should have laying around the house, and just takes a minute or 2 to locate what you want. You can see I've covered up my area here, and I'm ready to paint. Now, I'm going to paint with these items face up and towards me. And what I want to do is actually make sure that I get the tops of these nicely. So the part here that has the for the room for the bumper, I want to make sure is on the bottom, so that when I spray paint this time around, that I get a nice coat everywhere that's going to be seen. If I can make any fudging or any mistakes without Pink Cricut being mad at me, it will only come from, I can get away with it on the bottom. There's no way I get away with it on the top. Okay, got my parts set up. Got my Valspar plastic primer paint ready to go. And we're off. Wish me luck. Again, if it doesn't go well, I'm blaming Provocraft. Okay, now when I'm looking at the paint, I want it to bubble just a little. Not enough to run, but you can see that, well, you probably can't see, but when you're looking at it, you want it just enough to where it's hugging it, but not dripping. You don't want it to dot. If it dots too much, or you get too much paint on it, it will run. And if it dots too much, it won't give it a nice smooth plastic feel. Now, if I was married to somebody who lived in Florida, this would be alright, because we wouldn't be doing this in negative temperatures out here, and the paint would actually stick and lay a lot smoother than it's going to lay today. But we'll get through it, and it'll work out alright. Alright. I'm now done. So we're going to wait for that to dry, give it a couple hours here. According to the can, I need to wait 5 to 10 minutes between coats. Because it's so cold, I'm going to wait at least a half hour, and probably closer to an hour. Come back and add the final coat in just a little bit. Alright, so these parts of my, of Sarah's Imagine have had enough time to dry here, that they are sticky enough for the paint to adhere, the new paint that I'm going to be adding, but not so sticky that they're going to cause any challenges. I have a few little runs, so I added too much paint. I'm not going to try and sand them out because it's plastic. I'm just going to be very gentle and kind this time with the paint. The paint we're using is called Pink Burst. See if you can see that here. Pink Burst. Again, it's by Valspar. We bought it at Lowe's, and okay, coat number 1 of the pink is now complete. Gonna let it sit, and we'll come back in a little bit here. So there you have it. There's the final product put all back together. It is the Pink Cricut, all done in pink.